On guys, Heathens coming back at you with another brew. This time we are going to be doing a Vikings Blood, and as usual, I am doing a wild ferment. And as you can see, got the old stick that's been soaking in here all afternoon to get that yeast colony started up. So this should take off hopefully pretty quick, and by the time it's said and done we're going to have close to 2 pounds and 1 quart. So yeah, 1 quart, 32 ounces of this R.W. Knudsen just tart cherry juice. It's going to be pretty quick, pretty simple. Got a little bit of black tea that I've been steeping for a while for some tannins. So we'll just toss that off over there and get that black tea right off in there. And all this stuff is already pre-cooled. Let me go ahead and kick it down so that way you guys can actually see what I'm working on here just a little bit better. And I would probably be better off to be on this side. Oh yeah, by the way, it's a little bit on the green side, but rocking some of my blood orange coriander mead. It's actually, even for as green as it is, it's really tasty. I basically went ahead and cold crashed 1 gallon out of the 2 that I made, and I am very, very pleased with how that came out. So let's go ahead and get this honey going into here. Oh yeah. For as cheap as this is, this great value clover honey is actually pretty decent stuff. For 2 pounds for $8, you really can't beat it. And so far, with everything that I've brewed out of this stuff, I have had really good results. So if you're on a budget and you want a decent honey that's not going to break the bank, this stuff right here is definitely something that I would absolutely suggest. Alright, let's go over the sink so that way if I spill any, probably don't want to spill any because I don't want to waste this juice because this stuff ain't exactly cheap. Alright, no spill. And when they say that this cherry juice is tart, they aren't kidding. I gave it a little bit of a taste test earlier just to see what I was getting, and it is definitely tart. you guys know the drill. You want to give this stuff a real good shaking. Mix all that honey in. Get some air in there. All right. That is pretty good. All right, I got a couple of raspberries in there that I've been soaking with the stick for nutrients. All right, so there we have most of the water that's going in there. We'll give it one more shake up. And obviously I'm going to have to wait for some of these bubbles to subside so I can get the rest of my water off in there. But there you have it, a super quick, super simple, easy Vikings Blood wild ferment. If you've already got a stick going, then you would be able to pretty much do just like I did, which is basically soak your stick so that way you're getting yeast going off in there. And if your stick is good, you'll usually get activity within a couple of days. And the other thing that you can do if you've already got active brews going and you're going to rack over, you can always use some of the lees from an active brew. That way you can jump start it. But super simple. And this thing's gonna, hopefully this thing kind of chills out in the color department by the time it's all said and done. But the blood orange coriander, like I said, this stuff has actually turned out to be a really good brew. So if you want something that's, look at that color, nice and golden orange. So, and you can definitely taste the orange. You got the little bit of spice from the coriander. Wow, you're not supposed to inhale it. All right, how not to drink mead. Let's see if we can do that right. That's more like it. But seriously, the orange, the blood orange, just the flavor that comes through on that blood orange is awesome. And I mean, seriously, look at that color. As you can see, and I have one more gallon that is still in the fermenter. It is just barely active. I think most of it's just outgassing at this point because the bubbles are super slow. But I'm going to let this bottle age out a little bit because I've got a couple of other active brews going at the moment. I've got two other sizers going. And so at this point, with I'll be back up to 5 gallons on the brew shelf. So I got 2 gallons of raspberry cider, and I've got a gallon of a blood orange cider, and both of those are made with, one's a spiced cider and one is just a flat cider with nothing special going on with it, just a good organic apple juice. And then still got the 1 gallon of blood orange that's rocking away. And then, of course, as you see here, the fresh startup. So I am definitely excited to see how this one actually settles down, because that right there, I think, is going to turn into one nice brew. So there you go, guys. Quick, simple, and straight to the point. So check me out on Patreon. Follow me on other social media platforms. And I have big things coming up. My workspace for the art stuff is improved drastically. I do have a real workbench now. So now that I've actually got a couple of high priority projects knocked out and got the workbench it's cobbled together. But now that I've got that up and running, I will be able to start actually doing a little bit more on the art project side. So check me out, guys.